and handle it in a way that's delightful. John Wick, a movie I saw at the movie theater and was blown away by. When it came out on video, that's when it got its audience, really. It didn't do really that in the box office, but it did fairly well. Once John Wick became a household name and everyone learned about John Wick, the whole world changed. If anybody gonna be here, Christian, you will find a way to get it. Even through bad reception, you have found your way here. Now, here's the news. Oh, so you got a PS5 too? Or you don't try to go get one? I think Best Buy got, like, you get one at night. Okay, that's what's up. Now, there's one flaw in John Wick, in the whole saga, that just didn't make sense. But they needed it to move the story along. And it happened in the very first John Wick movie. And I focused on it when it first aired, and I kind of just didn't focus on it no more. But I got to go back and watch my John Wick review. Oh, wow. Now, here's the situation, though. For John Wick, it's quite simple. John Wick is this retired contract killer. One of the most lethal in the world. And he goes into retirement with the dog. The guys see him at the gas station with the dog. Then the little Russian mafia kid's son and his bud cronies, they break into his house and beat up John Wick, knock him out, kill his dog, and take the car. Now, here's the thing. Of course, they didn't know who John Wick was. But he's John Wick. You mean to tell me John Wick is not going to notice people breaking into his house? A retired contract killer, the most lethal in the world, and what we've seen in all the movies with John Wick, he did not know. John Wick did not know these assailants, who look like clumsy extras was in his house. I think the first will always be the best. Uh-oh. Now they going back the other direction. They cherries blazing. I don't know what's going on over there. Well, it's still the same storyline. Like, John Wick is still going through the same events he went through from part one. The story is continuing. I mean, John can't even get some sleep and get a meal. I didn't see John Wick eat anything. He been grabbing suits and popping people. But how could these people break in John Wick's house, steal his car, beat him up, and kill his dog? Retired or not, that is the only flaw in the John Wick saga. But they needed it to move the story along. But to have them come in there and do what they did, I say three had more action than two. Two just, the ending was just like so bland, and it was no real challenge. And three, a lot of people didn't realize what they were actually watching some of the time. The people that he fought were the legendary stuntmen in all the movies. That Asian guy that he fought at the end, the one that was bowing to John and all, those guys have done probably over 1,000 movies. And you've seen them in everything, and just like, that's the guy from the 80s on down, especially that Asian guy. We used to call him everybody in their mama's movie, because he's in everybody in their mama's movie, period. He's just continuously in everybody's movie. Oh, thanks, Kev. I appreciate that. You've never watched John Wick, Kev? I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed. Right now, you need to go find 1, 2, 3, and get down. And you can thank us later. Yeah, the scene with Common was nice, but I'm like, what, a deaf Ruby Rose? And some dude who does nothing but sit there and run his mouth, his friend, all he does is run away. I'm like, so there was no real challenge. And two. So, anyhow, I'm up. Screen Fiend, we out.